28 kilogram per person per day. And yung waste generation po per day is 2,881 tons. Because of the diversion efforts po ng city government, i-dispose na lang po sa landfill is 1,669 tons per day. And 54% po is biodegradable, 20% residual, and 20% recyclable. Yung city government po, nag-employ po ng package clean-up system. Kinocontract po natin sa private service, yung private service through competitive bidding. Yung service contractor po is responsible for solid waste collection, cleaning and disposal, street sweeping, special cleaning operations, and IEC campaign and enforcement. Kinokollect po is biodegradable waste 2 times po per week, plus non-biodegradable waste once a week. Support project po, bulky waste collection every Sunday po upon request po ng barangay. Tapos po yung kitchen waste naman po, kinakollect po siya na accredited kitchen waste collector. Tapos ginagamit po as animal feeds. Yung QCD po is first SGU to implement toxic and hazardous waste collection, treatment and disposal project. Na nag-iipon na i-ensure na yung DFL and spent household batteries are handled properly and separately for proper treatment and stabilization before its final disposal. Other support projects po, meron po tayong community, school-based, tsaka institution-based projects. So, sa community po, hiwa-hiwalay na basura sa barangay, hakot po natin sa barangay. Tapos, school-based naman po, basura monster po, ano po siya, book reading session for children sa barangay. And then, meron po tayong Batang Eco-Savers Club. Katulad po sa National Eco-Savers. And Junior Environment Police po. So, yung mga students po, sila po yung Junior Environment Police sa school. Tapos, nanguhuli po sila ng mga nag-military. Institution-based naman po sa Quezon City Hall may segregation. Quezon City Hall, MRF po, yung nasa may gate 7. Tapos, recyclables trading at QC malls, saka solid waste management po. Sa solid waste disposal, yung alam naman po natin yung nangyari pong trahedya sa Payatas. So, after po nun, in 2004 po, naging Payatas Control Disposal Facility na. Tapos meron din po, in 2007, meron po tayong biogas emissions reduction project kung saan ginacapture po yung methane gas sa basura para maging electricity. And meron pong agreement between Pandea and Meralco kung saan po nagpupunta sa yung pong electricity sales. 5% po ng electricity sales napupunta po sa city government. So, ito po yung biogas emission reduction project. As of October 2015 po, 2.5 million na po yung electricity sales na narinig po sa city government. Sa industrial pollution control naman po, noong 2015 po, 7,231 environmental clearances po yung na-issue. And nagte-training din po sa pollution summit. So, meron din po anti-smoke dodging unit. Nagpakonduct po ng emission testing sa Quezon City. Meron din po yung Quezon City na environment code kung saan po kino-cover na po niya yung biodiversity management, solid waste management, air pollution, and water pollution. Hinarmonize na po lahat ordinances ng environmental ordinances ng Quezon City into one environment code. So yung Quezon City rin po is very active in international networks and memberships. Meron po partnerships with CityNet, ICA, and C40. Ito po presentation na po. Ito rin po yung pinresent po ni Vice Mayor sa South Korea. So, Quezon City po is the first local government unit in the Philippines to implement a green procurement program. Nag-organize po ng City Environmental Management Council. Tapos, through the ETMC po, nag-create din po ng Green Public Procurement Program Team, mga nag-draft na rin po na action plan. Milestones po ng program. Quezon City po is the pilot city for the implementation of green public procurement among selected government institutions and development of environmental specifications of product for the implementation of green public procurement, which is under European Union's Rich Asia Program Policy Support to the Philippines. And then, ito pong project ngayon, yung establishment and implementation of GPP for the promotion of sustainable consumption and production in the Philippines. Under po ng 10-year framework of program on sustainable consumption and production patterns of the United Nations Environment na-achieve na po ng Quezon City. Nakapag-purchase na pa 9,000 LED street lights by the end of 2016 and ang savings po monthly $17,740. Sa buildings and construction naman po, nire-retrofit na po yung Quezon City Hall building. Meron na rin po tayong solar-powered public schools and multi-purpose buildings. And then the future din po, Egypt na po for public transportation. Ayun lang po. Thank you po.
So, marami na ang initiative yung TPWMD with regards to environmental activities and perhaps yung green public procurement may paghuhugutan based doon sa advocacy at doon sa plano. So, may target na carbon neutral. So, most likely as you go to the planning of different division, pwedeng pakuha na ng reference. So So may tanong kayo dun sa projects and policies being implemented by Quezon City in particular sa mga projects on environment. Aware kayo? Yes, Sir John.
And considering na kasama naman kami dito, yung okay yung presentation ng EP, kasi since na-indicate doon na we are the first in Quezon City to implement according to them. Ang point ko, itong training seminars ba natin, part of it, kumbaga parang hindi pa naman na-implement, although first ng Quezon City to implement pa lang. Kaya ang point natin, itong what we call task force, o yung group ng GPP task force, will be the one in coordination with the EPWLT to implement. Anong role nitong task force nito?
Sir Joel, nahihiya kailangan mo pa daw magpakilala ng masindihan. At any rate, okay, ganito yung kasi way back as early as 2012, we did the capacity building for Quezon City, and I think there was identified group that time, hindi pa interdivision. So what we did, we capacitated them, but and then they came up, they submitted an action plan. And part of the action plan is what we are doing. So they expanded the task force, and that includes you. Now, with regards to the actual implementation of GPP, this is more of developmental, and one step is capacity building. Second is the coming up of the guidelines. So, ang expected output natin dito, we capacitated you, and then you became part of the development of the guidelines. So, in effect, you're part of it. So, ginagawa. Now, there are some low-hanging fruits by which you can engage as earlier presented. LED, immediate dyan. Anyway, aside from green public procurement, you have other projects like yung campaign sa climate change and all that stuff. So, whatever initiative that they have, later on, sa ganito kasing green public procurement, because we are developing a system, we will see to it that, we are doing pala already some of the GPP. So what we can do is we organize. And then you are part of it. In other words, that's why you are here. We believe in the collaborative leadership when it comes to coming up with a project. GPP cannot just be done by PPW. That's why interagency. And see to it, tomorrow mag-discuss tayo ng EMS based on the ISO. And then you will appreciate what is the role of each and every part of the institution, including the leader. Itong ginagawa natin to, pardon me with my word, is just shit kung walang support ng mayor o ng higher ups. So, bawat isang may role, policy, implementers, tagagawa ng ideas, lahat siya. Collaborative leadership yung tinitingnan. So, yun, okay. Malinaw, meron pa question sa mga projects. Kasi from there, pwedeng makahugot na eh. May paghuhugutan na tayo eh. So, pwede tayo mag-start doon sa mga, that can be one area that we can take a look at. Solid waste, may biodiversity pa pala. So, from there, i-cascade lang natin yun sa mga activities na. Sige, sir.
Kasi yun nga, as we have seen, implement na nga natin halos yung sinabi ni ang point ko kasi nandito tayo for the GPP task force. We're learning the process of we are about to craft a guidelines and ang point ko, nag-implement na tayo ng ibang projects like yung LED task force street light. Isa yan sa classic example. Ang point ko, kami sa engineering, and together with Engineering BSP and the design, kami one of the implementing agency. We were sent here, probably instruction ng aming engineer, having been implementing agency sa Quezon City project, into projects. Itong GPP, ngayon lang natin siya tinatakel o second of the 4 parts na sabi nyo nga na magiging course natin as we go through. Na-implement na yung iba. So, anong gagawin natin kung succeeding at continuing projects? Are we going to apply this one o hindi pa? Kasi yung mga previous application, implementation, hindi naman na-adapt ang GPP. So, ano ba ang next step towards dun sa mga succeeding projects? Are we going to apply this one or hindi pa?
Well, ideally, the process is that we are going to apply whatever we will learn and we will do here, including the planning. Take note that this is a 2-year project, and that includes developmental team. For instance, they came up already with the LED team. Kasi ang GPT naman, in the past, you do it formally and informally. The informal one is that immediately you take a look at the low-hanging fruits. Saan ba pwede mag-implement? Without the policy, without the systematic policy. So, and then they came up with an activity immediately, but anchored to a policy. May anchor yan, may pinanggalingan yan, may naka-EO kaya. Kaya lang, walang detailed guidelines. So now, that's what we call it informal approach. Now we're doing it formally through developmental capacity building involving the different stakeholders. So ganun yung ginagawa nating process at this point in time. And we don't want to jump on the gun for the tomorrow or Friday. Our policy consultant will be going to present something in terms of integrating it doon sa policy, existing policies that you have, and at the same time, doon sa mga activities, which will serve as an input doon sa actual planning. Kaya lang yung planning natin will happen doon na sa home base natin, not here. Okay? So, klaro ba sa atin yun? So, developmental ito, whatever we have an output here will be implemented in the succeeding activities. Okay? So, clear? Ako may question, madam. Doon sa basket lang, ano yung mechanics nito? How do you collect it? From the household? Kasi first time kayo nag-implement ng treatment ng hash waste. Halimbawa, for instance, meron akong basket lang. Ano yung kinokollect yun sa house to house?
Sa barangay, dapat sa kanya-kanya po nilang MRF.
Si Kapitan ang ba? Okay. From the household, isasama ko ba siya sa non-biodegradable? Then bahala na sila. So, kailan ang collection ng cargoes? Kasi I'm based in Quezon City pero wala kaming alam na request. Okay. So, by request. So, spatial waste na treatment sa kanya. Okay. Thank you. Kasi, traceability yun ng ating project implementation. Okay. So, i-request sa barangay that dadalhin sa ano?
Based on request, ang barangay lang po sa amin o kami ang
mag-coordinate ka rin. Kailangan po coordinate yung kumpitan. Kaya mag-coordinate kay kumpitan. Ako pwede po coordinate. Okay. So, tomorrow na tayo magdidiretso, no? Grace, you want to say something? Okay. Sige. Ibigay lang muna natin ito. Pagkakat session.
In behalf of the Philippine Center for Environmental Protection and Sustainable Development, under the UN Environmental Program 10-year framework programs for SPP, or Sustainable Public Procurement, the National Equitable Program Green Choice Philippines and the Quezon City Government, we would like to present the Certificate of Appreciation to Ms. Carly Laksamana as our resource speaker today for her valuable contribution for the advanced course of Green Public Procurement of Quezon City, given this 12th day of October 2016 at La Traviesa Hotel Resort, General Trias, Cavite. Signed, Mr. June Alvarez, Executive Director, CSEPSD.
Okay. So, siguro bago tayo mag-close, kasi nag-extend tayo ngayon, may supposedly may workshop kayo, pero bibigyan na lang kayo ng assignment. So, i-group kayo, count 1 to 8. Meron na. May grouping na. We arrange walang grouping. So, mga friends, okay. May grouping. Sige.
Engineer Dominador Bulacan. Miss Laila Esparza.
Group 6 po yun, Group 6. Group 5 po yung kanina, Group 5. This is Group 6. Engineer Arminol Morales, John Henry Tito, Architect Nancy Esguerra, and Mr. Ariel Villesi. Group 6. Group 7, Mr. Simon Val Sabater. Erase na kayo kamay niyo para sa iba. Mr. Dennis Nico. Miss Yolanda Estanislao. And Miss Cheryl Campos. For Group 8, Miss Carlene Laksamana, Mr. Dominic Mananghaya, and Engineer Gian Pardo Panalido. Sino kayo walang group? Ay, walang group si ma'am. Si ma'am Celine sa Group 8 na lang. Sino ang walang? Lahat na po may group? Yes? Yes? Okay. Great po for the instructions.
Okay. So, okay, ganito na. Ang title nung workshop na to ay Sum of the Parts. Sum of the Parts. So, the idea is that nasaan yung Liga paper natin? Sum of the Parts. Kaya hindi na isa. Sum of the Parts. Kaya kayo pinagsama-sama. Okay. Parts. So, this is, imagine that this is a piece of property that are going to inherit about 5 hectares. And then, yung small portion is the water area. And then the back portion is the land area. So now, nasaan yung kanilang saka yung balance mo. Balance ba sila? Yung envelope, nasaan yung envelope? So the title, and then based on that title, you are going to develop this property. It depends on you. So you have to develop this property into something. What do you want? So you want it plastic, you want it whatever. It depends on you. So and based on the tips that we are going to give you, nasa envelope, hindi ko rin alam ano yung laman yun. Okay? Pre-arrange naman. Pre-arrange na pala. Everything is pre-arranged. So, each and every one of you ay entitled noong envelope per group, ano? Okay. So, group 2. Okay. Okay, ibigay mo muna yan para ma-sample na natin. Okay. So, yung basta ito siya lang dito is that the small portion will serve as the water part of the property and then the large portion is the land part. Para pag dinidevelop na, at least may reference kayo, ha? Kasi baka mamaya ay magkabaliktad. Nagtayo kayo ng tubig na. Group 6. Sino ang group 6? Okay.
Okay. So, buksan niyo yung envelope, basahin niyo, and then, ito yung sample, sir, binasa ko kanina, ulitin mo na lang.
So you have won 5 hectares of land and $15 million worth of prizes.
So, anong group yung group? Yung group 1, meron silang 5 hectares property, and then may $15 million sila na to develop yung kanilang properties. So each and every one of you meron kanya-kanyang budget, may kanya-kanyang depende nyo anong gusto nyo gawin. Dream it! Kung ano yung gusto nyo gawin. Kung hindi man lang magawa sa tunay na buhay, dito man lang. So we will get back to our elementary class. Ang prerequisite nito, kailangan lang kayong mag-drawing. Bibigyan kayo ng crayons. River lang yung body of water. Okay? And then tomorrow, i-present nyo yung inyong status. I-present nyo yung bukas. First early in the morning, 8 a.m. tayo. Okay? Yung group pa rin sir.
Ibang group po.
Sir, question, sir.
Yes.
Are we up from the guidelines? Meron pa tayong guidelines na we have to follow.
It's up to you. Basta yung guidelines natin is that considering the amount that you have and at the same time yung
I-develop lang with that
resources. Okay. Okay.
Meron tayo 5 million. May 25 million. May tayo tayo.
the value of the properties or the development that you bought for your lands. Dapat hindi kayo lalampas doon sa budget nyo. Oo, walang bayad din lupa. So, yung pera nyo ay pang-develop ng land. So, sino kayo walang group ever?
Easy po kasi. Easy po. May announcement lang po. Okay. So this will be some sort of homework for you para maging creative kayo, diba? So, clarify lang natin, the land is be granted for you for free. Okay. So the money should be used for development. So whatever development, wala, no holds barred. So wala kasi. And another thing, dinner is already served. So yung po yung importante doon. So good luck and have a nice night. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at 8. Thank you.
Kain na ako.
Ang mahalaga, hindi kayo dapat lalampas sa budget. Remember, represent nyo lahat yung naging gastos nyo. So, pag lumampas yun sa gastos, hindi namin tatanggapin. O, kasama, sa 5 hectares kasama yung tubig. Yung portion ng tubig. So you can develop it into whatever you want. A sports, a facility, a community, a subdivision,